afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Let's see. Tommy J, Bobby, time to get going. Andy, Misdemeanor, Brock's here. Who else? That's it, I think. James Morris, how you doing? Glad you could come and join us this morning. Anyway, um, let's see. And Soy, how you doing? I'm sure some people will probably drop in. I was a little bit late this morning, not too bad. I still got to cut my beard again. Um, I was having problems with the microphone. I don't know why. All I did was unplug it and plug it back in, and it worked fine. So, hey T, how you doing? Everybody's saying hi to everybody, which is always awesome. And late tardy, was I so? Or were you? You're right on time, don't worry. Um, Still not completely done with the Thai kitchen. I'm gonna screw with this beard the whole show. And close though. They made inside the cabinets underneath smooth, and uh, what else? Did a couple little touch-up deals. He still hasn't hung the one of the cabinets. I think that's all he has left. Oh, and he did the fan. He did all the electrical for the oscillating fan in the ceiling. That works now. It's on a remote control, which will probably get lost out there, and then I don't know what we'll do. But they'll probably use. I got three of them, two out in my back patio, and they all work off of the same remote. So I guess I've got three remotes. So in case it does get lost, I got two more, at least one more shot at it, because they can take one. I only need one back here. You got to check your batteries. But yeah, but it looks great, and I wanted to do a video on it yesterday, and it just was. I wanted it to be complete, but I think come hell or high water today, whether they get the cabinet hung or not, I'll go ahead and do a video. You can pretty much tell the sink's in. Um, everything's pretty much done. So I'll do that. Hey, why you tripping? How you doing? Glad you could make it. Just talking about the Thai kitchen. Nothing too exciting or anything. Um, Happy Taco Tuesday. Yeah, Taco Tuesday is always a good day. How you doing, Martin? Glad you could make it too. So anyway, so hopefully they'll be done today. Then I've got it, like I said, I got to get him to do the cover outside. That's going to go over the washing machine and the clothes drying area, and I doubt that he'll probably get to that before we leave. We're leaving on the 2nd, like 4 o'clock in the morning, so I doubt it. No one's going to be, well, one of the brothers from Ubon, the one that I said that did the scooter, redid the wave for me. My wife's, put my coffee down. Did the wave for me. He's going to stay here. So I think I'm just going to tell him, the workers, to take the week off. Hey, Mitch, good morning. Um, but just flights to Cambodia. That's right, and you're going to go to Cambodia, what, June or July? Andy's already. Hopefully, I'll get to go to Cambodia before Andy, because if Andy goes, I won't feel like going after he sees every place in 2 days. I won't want to go anymore. Just kidding. Told Andy maybe I'll meet up with him. Who knows? I definitely want to go to Cambodia. Missing Mexican food every day. So I love Mexican food. In fact, I know that there's one. I don't know if Chuck, if any of those guys, Mitch probably remembers. Did you guys go to the Mexican restaurant on Ko Chang? I don't remember if you did or not. I don't think you did. I think he tried to, or you guys tried to once, but they didn't have any. They didn't have any room. They were booked or whatever. Hey Jam, how you doing? I think that's what it was. Mitch will remember. He's He's a young guy. His mind doesn't fail him. But I'm looking forward to that. I ate there last time that we went there, and it's pretty good. It's acceptable. And then we'll probably go to that Dave's. I forget the name of the place. Um, the one that they ate at numerous times through the videos of Ko Chang. We'll probably go there too. And then there's the one seafood place. I don't know if they went to it. The one that's on the water that we went to when we were last there, and it's awesome, awesome seafood place. And a lot of people that have videos out there of that particular restaurant gets suggested by everybody, recommended by everybody to go to, and it is good, no doubt why they recommend it. What is Zoe saying? One Mexican finger food. I don't know what that word is. What's they will bite into first? Usually, when I go to like I went to that Route 66, and I had fajitas, and they were good at Route 6. They were excellent. And then I had the nachos with the meat on them. That was good. But most of the time when I judge Mexican restaurant, I go for their what is it called? The red. God, my mind's gonna go blank now. Chili Colorado, and then I rate it right off that. Uh, that's usually the first thing I order when I go to a Mexican restaurant to see if it's any good. Listening while driving home. Where are you coming from, Jam? Hey, Dip Media, how you doing? Saying hi to everybody. uh, let's see. Did I miss anything? No, I don't think I did. Mitch, did you put up the Mexican? Did you guys go to the Mexican restaurant when you were in Ko Chang? And how's the audio and the everything should be the same. I don't see how it can't change that much. It's beard. I got to cut the beard out as soon as I get done. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. I really do. That's the thing I think I miss the most about the States is Mexican food. I like actually Mexican food. Tex-Mex is good too, but I do like old style. There was the little places that it seemed like every time I moved to whatever area, the first thing we went out and looked for was our go-to Mexican restaurant, and we would go there, once, twice a week or something. And I've had that ever since I could remember before I got married at 20 years old, 21, the family that, my first wife's family, they had a Mexican restaurant that I believe is still in the San Fernando Valley, Tortilla Inn, and it was excellent, awesome. Margaritas were off the hook, and the food was more authentic than anything else back then. Because I'm talking, we probably went there when I was 20, so 50, 40, 40 some odd years ago, 45 years ago. Hey, Jay East, how you doing? Where is the best Mexican restaurant? Mr. Mitch would probably know. He just ate at one with Tom, Thailand Digital Nomad, but he didn't. I don't think it was that good. I know Route 66, which I don't know if it's near John Tiem Pattaya area. They have excellent food, excellent Mexican food. I thought it was, if I would have had it any place in the United States, I would have said, yeah, good food. So especially in Thailand, it's the best Mexican food I've had. I can use a margarita right now. Yeah, where are you at? You're in Pattaya. There's a few of them. I know Mitch just went to one. Kolak getting on a boat. Ah, okay. You're going on the dive thing already. You're already there. Wow, cool. Oh, I did. I think I seen James sitting with a picture of the lazy river in front of him, wanting to know, wishing people were there. Hey, Joe. Hey, thanks, man. It will definitely go to the kids, no doubt. Let's see, Patty, how you doing? Do you exercise? And what? Uh, I yeah, I'm going to start again. During all the COVID stuff, my wife she didn't want me going to the gym, and now with you know now she's letting me go back, so I'll be going back. Probably when I get back from Koh Chang. I've been threatening for the last week, but haven't done it. I had Mexican food in Da Nang, Vietnam. It was far the worst I've ever had in my life. Yeah, you can get some bad even here. Like I said, I believe that Mitch went to the one that Tom was talking about, and that's close to that area, somewhere in there. John Tien Patea, and it wasn't the greatest. Sun dried meats. Um, my mother-in-law makes the what is it, the sun dried pork, and then stays out for I don't know, and then fries it afterwards. It's good. Yeah, I eat a lot of Thai food, and now my mother-in-law was gone for 2 days, so now she's back. But they were talking about going to the market, but I think they're going to put it off because we're leaving in 3 days or whatever it is for Koh Chang. So they're going to go to on the first. They'll go to stock up on whatever food we're going to do. The place that Serenity, the villa, has a full blown kitchen, so we'll let Mama cook and do whatever she wants, and then I'm going to go macro and get 5 or 6 steaks. I want to have steak pretty much every night I'm there. But back to the other questions. Yeah, I should exercise a lot more than I do, Patty. Uh, there was, let's see, why you tripping, saying there was a really good Mexican place in Chiang Mai, but that was 15 years ago. I'm not sure if it's still around. I haven't found one here in Surin. That doesn't mean that there isn't one, but I haven't found one yet, and I'm surprised. I thought there would at least be one, and it seems like usually any place in Thailand you can find at least one of American style restaurant, so you could get American style breakfast or whatever. But the there usually are, and I'm sure that there's one in Chiang. I'm sure it's probably still there if it was good. It's hard to they're going what they're going through. Yeah, and what I did, I've got really, really, really bad knees. In case you didn't know that about me, they've been operated on 3, 4 times each, and ACL in one, meniscus, and a bunch of stuff. They wanted to replace them 12, 15 years ago. So the exercises that my doctors have told me over the years is just on no resistance. Walking, of course, is fine. But when I was going before I stopped, I went to the gym for about in between the two, before the first wave and the second wave. Before the second wave, I went for about 3 months, I guess, and I was on the bicycle in there, and that was I'd do an hour on that, and then I'd do just a routine. I had a trainer there. It was so cheap. It's so cheap to have him, and the kid was excellent, and I just let him tell me I could go brainless. He just point and tell me to go do that, and I'd do it. So that's what I'll get back to as soon as I get back from Koh Chang. And Barack's here, so let's say hi to Barack. Hey, brother, how are you?
Good morning.
Let's see.
How's
The
morning,
um,
ladies and gentlemen, and others?
yeah, I think swimming's probably about the best. I'm going to put a plunge pool in here, but it's not going to be big enough to probably do anything unless I put one of those swimming deals. I don't know if you guys have ever seen them. They're like a giant jets in front of you, so that you can regulate it and swim, and it just you don't move. I don't know what they call it. It's an exercise um, pool in the states, and that is possible. I'd like to because that's probably about the best exercise I think you can do in the world is swimming.
Morning, Daniel.
The lake, yeah, that's true,
My
Jim.
mafia.
That's the
Probably
Hey, Daniel. Weather, Jim.
rather than going the swimming jets, Dave, just a bungee cord tied to something at the other end, and
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I used to enjoy swimming a lot, especially when I was younger. But yeah, Tommy's right. I could go to the lake. I could do a lot of stuff. There are lakes here. Hey, Zenderman, how are you doing? So what's with you, Mitch? Did I mess? I'm probably missing a couple things. How does Dave professional in carving turkeys? No, not professional. I did do it at uh, Joe's Thanksgiving, and or was it Thanksgiving or Christmas? I don't remember. I'm horrible. Yeah, I did carve it up. Yeah, I'm okay at it. I'm not the greatest. And then, in case you guys haven't seen Joe's video, him and Gift came down with the virus, which is a bummer. But he looked great. They looked good. He
Yeah.
left the video at the end saying that he was going to go in, and I would imagine that would have been today or maybe or something. But anyway, I'm sure he'll do another video. But he looked fine. I don't. This latest variant, I don't think is. They were more concerned about, from what he said in there, more concerned about him and his age versus anything else. Swimming excellent, especially when I wait around the hot tub. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And there's going to be jets in there. I just don't know how many. My wife wants it to bubble. I could care less. But the plunge pool slash jacuzzi will have jets in it. Let's see.
Soy Mafia asked if I'd eaten emu. Yes, I have.
Emu.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
it's it's quite a nice meat. Very lean, bit gamey, but it's good, healthy.
Jay East, I don't know if they were or not. You'd have to probably ask them.
I
They
seem to
they
recall
probably
they
know.
were.
Dave, go for what does Peter say? How you doing, Peter? Go. It'll fix your whole body. What is that? Oh, Muay
Uh,
Thai. Yeah,
Thai boxing.
that'll probably kill me, Peter.
Yeah. Until you get your knees working, you're not doing kickboxing.
No, and the thing my wife's trying to get me, I've been here in Thailand for 3.5 years, almost 3.5 years, and I have not had a Thai massage yet. So she wants me to go and get a Thai massage. I'll tell you what, the biggest thing with me, 65 years old, always played sports, exercised fairly often through my life, and is the lack of motion, the restrictions in the motion is the biggest deal of being 65. I can't. I don't. It's bizarre. It's the biggest thing that really affects me, and that could be that I'm not exercising enough, and I will find that out because I will start when I get back. Uh,
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Mitch.
uh, but yeah, so the range of motion is the biggest thing. In case anybody's at, because I want to say it was maybe it has something to do with me going in the hospital because I don't remember it as bad. It was a little bit before I got sick and spent 2 months in ICU, and it's been a lot harder coming back from. It's really weird because if you I guess it's called atrophy, that the muscles just go away if you don't use them, and laying there in bed for pretty much 3 months, I couldn't walk. I couldn't get out of bed. I could barely roll over. They had to roll me over and stuff to around in the bed. So it could have to do with that. Maybe I still haven't fully recovered. In fact, I know I haven't fully recovered from that. But I do have to start, and I have to start doing a lot more stretching and stuff, I guess is what I'm saying. So if you're going to do that, I would stick with the stretching. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Yeah, we won't go into what Mitch is talking about. You'll have to figure that out. It's not hard to
It's
figure out.
a bit of
Hey,
an
Chris, how
in
you
joke.
doing? Sorry, just woke up. Yeah, that's that retired life. Good to
Yeah,
see
we're
you. Thank
sorry
you
you
for
woke
being
up too, Chris.
here. Uh,
Oh no, I said that wrong, didn't I?
yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Mitch? I immediately thought that that's where they got it from. but I hope they're all well too. But because he said that if I remember right, he said the grandmother or the mother or someone didn't feel well, and they paid 3,000 baht to have her brought back home. So with me, I would have thought that that's probably where they got it from. But that's just a guess. I have no clue. Joe probably doesn't either. But because she was not feeling well and they sent her they sent her back home, that might have been an indication that something was up.
Um, I don't know what a matter baby is, Joe.
Oh, what is?
You had a question. Do they have a matter baby in Thailand? I don't know. I don't know what a matter baby is.
I don't either, Joe. You got me. If you do not feel the body, no. Yeah, I know. I need to. I need to be a little bit better on my body. Although I have eaten a lot better since I've been in Thailand. It's just lack of exercise. I've gained a lot of weight. So I need to do something. Um, what did you? Chris. Chris Rock will slap. Is that what you say? Yeah, I don't know, man. What do people think about that? That's an interesting deal. I saw a. I didn't know which one to, which was this good, was this bad, should they do it? I think comedians bring it right up to the line,
Oh,
and do I think that he probably crossed that line? Yeah, and if you've seen any
yeah.
of the interviews of Chris Rock, in the statement he made, he was a stand-up dude. He said, I crossed the line. I shouldn't have went there, and he says hoping that they still have a friendship down the line, and hopefully Will Smith is big enough to say, hey, he stood up and said he crossed it, good enough for me. But I don't know how good of friends they were before, even if they were friends before. I'm imagining that they knew each other. But yeah, I was really surprised. If you haven't watched that Chris Rock, I don't know what you would call it, interview or whatever, or statement, it was quite good. I was impressed. Hey
I
Moonwall,
am
how are you?
impressed
Good
with the
morning to you.
way he rode the hit.
Yeah, he rolled with it pretty good, and I couldn't tell when I first looked at it. It looked like he hit him open handed, and I think he did. But still, if you slap somebody pretty, he looked like it looked like Will Smith wasn't holding back on his slap, that's for sure, and hit him pretty good. I thought he took it really well. Yeah, Will Smith probably. Yeah, he did, Jace. Also, and there's a lot of instances, that even here on YouTube, where people, they even the trolls and everything else, they try to keep, they should anyway, keep the significant other out of it. If they've got a problem with me or with anybody, and most of them do. They'll leave the wives, but some of them don't. And they're just nasty bastards. But it's hard. There's a line, between having a good time and having fun on YouTube and just being a nasty bastard. So I don't know. I'll leave it at that. But Patty says I'll
Steve, we
leave it
can
there.
neither confirm nor deny.
What's that? Where is it at? What did you say? See, oh yeah,
Steve,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can neither confirm nor deny.
Uh, Will Smith ruined a huge night for himself. Yeah, I don't know, man. If my wife was sitting there, and I don't know what her disease is like, but if my wife was sitting there when she had leukemia and was, I don't believe that his wife was going to die, but, and somebody said something, about her, I don't care whether they're kidding or not, I probably would have been, it would have been hard for me to just sit there. I think I might have, I mean, he could have waited and until afterwards and then beat the crap out of him later on or something. But, in the heat of the moment, that's why people kill people in crimes of passion. They don't think about it. They just react, you know. So, yeah, it was a big night for him. So hopefully it'll all pass. I'm sure it will. Uh, let's see. Dun, dun. Let's see. Dave, did you buy? No, not yet, Peter. Not yet. We're still debating. And I do want to go and drive one of the all electric ones, even though I'm not hip to that right now in Thailand. United States might be a different story with the amount of charging stations and stuff. But the kicks, it you don't ever have to plug it in that I know of. The engine keeps everything charged. So to make the small leap, we'll probably end up going with the kicks. I do want to drive the all electric because I just want to see what it's like. What it's about. Yeah,
Yes,
Brock's going to
Daniel.
start Nugas.
Yes, we're going to
uh,
call it the Tin Man and Scarecrow. You ain't in Kansas now, Dorothy.
uh, basically, it works like the Chevy Volt. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a bunch about the, and I think the Prius is the same way. And the Prius, we had talked. Excuse me, we had talked about it, and I think it's been around since the late '90s. Somebody had said '98 or something like that. That's one of the first ones that I could remember, and I believe that one worked that way. The engine did stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to find out, and I want to find out a little bit more about the kicks also. But I really like the kicks. Can I sing there? Sure you can. Let's see. Chris saying morning. So I need coffee. Everybody needs coffee. I almost would drink another cup, but I don't want to get up. No engine, but what is it? No transmission. Yeah, I don't know exactly how they. I kind of know how the kicks work. I'd like to. What I want to see is that one that I was looking at, the MG. Very reasonable price. It's not fancy, like a lot of them. I know that Chinese one. They're trying to make that more compatible. And it's under what I know about it, and I don't know 100%, is the parts come from China, but is actually assembled right here in Thailand. I guess in Rayong, the Chevy plant that used to be in there and something else there, MG has taken over, and they make, or China has taken over. I shouldn't say China. MG has taken over that plant to build that electric vehicle. So I'd like to drive it because they say 450 kilometers, and we had debated this, I think, last time. Brock had said the speed really doesn't matter to, I guess, a certain extent. So I'd like to see, could you hold 80, 100 kilometers all the way from here to Rayong, which would be about 420, kilometers. I'd be curious to see what it and what kind of power it had. I don't want a dog that if I press on the accelerator, I got to worry about that I'm going to get run over trying to move into traffic.
By
that would
definition,
kill me.
electric motors have no lag. They go. They have huge torque,
Yeah, so
and
the
there's
only thing that it would be is if the amps were down because the batteries were draining would be the only restriction to that, right? I'm guessing.
yep, and that's what the engine is. The engine itself, as the battery starts to discharge, the engine will come in and supply
Yeah, but see the
charging.
one that's the way the kicks works, but
Yes.
the the MG, the total electric one, has no
Oh
engine. Yeah,
no.
so that's the one that supposedly goes the 450
Yep. That
kilometers. So
that that one will come up with a warning on your dash saying low battery recharge. Yeah.
my wife said that the other one that I wanted to look at was the China one, Havala, or however you say it. But she said they don't have them here in Surin. So I'm going to check into a few things. We talked about it a little more yesterday, but I don't know. I really like the kicks. I like the car. I like the mileage. It isn't as good as some of they're real close. It's plenty. I'm like almost 40 miles to the gallon in miles terms. But I think she said 16. My wife said 16 or 17 kilometers to the liter. Does that sound like good mileage? You would probably know, Brock. I don't.
So,
I
so
don't know
sorry,
kilometers.
how many k's to the liter?
16 or 17, I think she said, and some of them are 19. But I don't know if that. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's good or bad.
that's not bad at all, actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because it works out to like 30, 35, 38 miles to the gallon. So let's see. I want to try. I want to buy a car with a rechargeable battery powered by sunshine and
Mm.
smiles. Yeah, yeah, that would be a good one to have here, right?
See that? Yeah, the solar power charging is not bad, but it can't keep up with the usage. It's great if you park for 8 hours; it'll top off the battery.
Yeah, if you, I imagine they're going to have some kind of supplementary stuff. I mean, they've got the whole roof of a car to work with. It can't hurt. It definitely, like you said, if you're traveling and you're going to mom's house and you're going to spend a few days there and the car can sit out in the sun for 2 or 3 days, it'll probably charge. So I would imagine it's coming. I would imagine. A guess anyway. Drowning veteran, how you doing? Glad you could
Soy
make it,
Mafia
man.
is asking about cars in Australia. There are many cars in Australia, Soy Mafia. We have American models, we have Japanese, Korean, Chinese. I'm currently driving a Mazda BT50 four-wheel drive, and my wife has a Mazda 2. And I've got a Honda motorbike.
I've seen a lot.
1100
Well,
cc.
you guys got a lot of off-road stuff there too, because I mean, you got that
Yeah,
Australian outback where you get lost for days upon weeks upon months, and go out and
yep,
have a good time. So, and they've got some nice ones. That one guy that I watch, YBS Youngbloods, he just went out and bought one of the, I think it's a Toyota with the big V8 and everything in it, and had it.
oh yes,
Um,
VAT
yeah, he had it
diesel.
all redone and lifted and extended, and the back of it, he had a shell on it and solar and cooking stuff in it and refrigerator and all sorts of stuff. Really nice vehicles, actually, that I've seen out of Australia.
Yeah, the Australia's the only place that has the V8 Toyotas.
Yeah, it looked like a freaking monster.
They're a
I
workhorse.
mean,
They're a workhorse.
it was nice. Yeah, that guy's doing good, but he's got 2 million subs, and everything that he had. He was I want to say maybe 28, 30-year old electrician, and he decided to do YouTube, and he likes to free dive and fish and do, catch and cook stuff by himself on islands. And the Australian is, the water's like this behind me, if not bluer, where he's at, and I don't know exactly where he is, to where he's bought an awesome boat, which had to cost $100,000 or more. Motorcycles. He just bought a house. All this stuff from YouTube. So it's amazing, the people. He has merchandise and stuff like that. But he doesn't rely on any kind of stuff from super chats or, stuff like that. I probably PayPal, but he's probably got Patreon and all that stuff. But he never does. Very rarely does any kind of live stream where he would generate that. It's all from YouTube money. But when you get a video, I guess that somebody gets 1 million views, it adds up, I guess. God bless him. Hey,
Yeah.
I didn't get into it for that, and I never plan to even be anything near. If I can help Thai people and enjoy the company when I do come on, that's all I'm looking for.
With that
Brock,
many
wife,
people watching, you only need to get a cent of view and you're making money.
yeah, it's amazing the money too. I didn't realize that you can make that kind of money. Yeah, so she wanted the Mazda 2. First we had the Note, then she said I want the Mazda 2, and when we went to do the Mazda 2, I could barely get in and out of it. And
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", and I could, trying to get in the door was a nightmare. And she said, okay, I don't want that. So that's why we're looking at the ones that we're doing.
Yeah, the Mazda 2 is a bit awkward for me to get in and out of.
Yeah, it's hard. Now the kicks, that medium size crossover or whatever they call it, it's not bad. I recall 1980 Chevy Camaro requiring 10.3 of power to maintain 55 miles an hour. It's just, the thing that really gets me. I'm a Chevy guy, always have been. Fords, yes, but Chevys mostly.
Good
And
morning,
the
Gary.
Fords guy will go that the Chevys had the
Morning, Ronzon.
distributor in the wrong place. But you look under the hood of that, and there's a carburetor and a distributor and stuff that I could work with. I lift up the last time I lifted up a hood was on the 2009 Saturn Vue that I have now. I actually had my wife had it for years, and then I took it when I bought her the new Jeep, and I looked under the hood on that. I wouldn't even know where to start. So if you don't have a bunch of places to take stuff to with the newer stuff, I'm completely lost. But that's another thing why we're thinking about Nissan or Toyota, or because they're here. Like my wife told me about getting rid of my foreign to Thailand, and get the Honda here, that's made here, the Forza, and like I said, 15, 20 of them. I never counted them. 15 or 20 Honda dealers just in Surin. So when you're traveling, you have a place to go. So I wouldn't get anything probably but a Honda in a motorcycle. But there are Yamahas, dealers and stuff like that. But Honda by far outnumbers them, probably by 10 times. I'm guessing 10 times. An open top Mustang. I had a Boss 302. It wasn't a drop top, but it was a fun car, that's for sure. I think it was a 1970. The ones to
At
have were
least
the
with an open
69
top
and 70.
Mustang, you can get in and out.
Yeah, all the cars that I had, even my little cars that I had when I was younger, most of them were drop top. Jensen Healy I had, which I really liked. That had that 2.0 Lotus double overhead cam motor in it. I really enjoyed that little car. And the MGs and stuff like that, they were drop top, so it was easier to get in and out of, because most of the time the top was down when I was driving in California. Honda, yeah, I bet that sounds about right, Bruce. Uh, and the reason is, I believe the reason is because of the ability that probably wherever I break down, I'll be able to throw a rock and hit a Honda dealer, or at least
Yeah.
get the bike there, and you know, very easily. So that's one of the reasons. And my wife pushed me towards that, because when I had the, what was it, SYM, the Taiwanese, and it was okay, nothing wrong with it, that 300. But every time I brought it somewhere, they kind of looked at me. Well, we can't work on that. We don't know that. So it was hard to find it. So we sold it to her cousin in Pateo, it was too big for them, but they ended up making money and sold it to somebody else. But I'm very happy with my Forza, as Bruce knows. And hi, by the way, Bruce, I'm glad you could make it. And Sassy May. Am I saying that right? Sassy May? SASI?
It, yeah.
Okay, good. I don't
Sassy May
get,
and Bruce.
yeah. You're not going on any of that trip, are you? I'm imagining not. The one that they're on right now, or you'd be getting on the boat with Mitch and everybody. I wish I could have made it, but
I think it's only a small group this time.
yeah, I don't think it's many. I want to say maybe 6, 7 people, something like that.
Yeah. Mitch Page, James and Far, and oh,
Yeah, Dow.
Al and
Yeah.
Chuck.
Hey, Jake, how you doing? So, but yeah, I mean the cars of, I don't know, they've got those things that floating all over Facebook that says, the my age group, we grew up with the best music, the best cars, the best everything, and it's true. I mean, we had it all. Late '60s, '70s was jumping, especially with hot rods and cars, or we had everything. the Camaro Z28s, the Mach. We had all the Chrysler products. We had them all. Hey, Ron John, how you doing? Oh, look, he's not yelling this morning. I don't know. I always think that might be a fake Ron John when he's not in caps. Just kidding.
No, he
Hey,
was yelling.
Gary, how you doing? What's that?
He was yelling earlier.
Was he? Okay, I missed him. I didn't see you.
Morning,
Yeah,
morning, Jake.
Bobby is.
Jake's here, so the links will start to fly shortly.
Yeah, I noticed it was gone when we first went on, but he had put my wife's link up there
Yeah.
before we did it yesterday or something.
Oh, he's
But
got to keep
anyway,
your wife happy, mate.
yeah, that one that they did, I wasn't there. I was in the other room. I didn't know they had come back. I had already eaten, and then they all decided they wanted to go for barbecue. So I said, all right, uh, I'll spring for the barbecue if you guys want to go. So they all went, and I guess on the way back they picked up the cakes and the stuff for Toby's birthday. We got a special guest in here. Let's bring in. Hey T, how you doing?
Good
Glad you could
morning,
make it.
guys. How are you guys doing?
I'm
Good
doing
morning
good.
to you. Great to see you.
Yeah, I thought I would just, stop by a little bit because Dave has been sending me the links on Facebook, so I thought I would show up.
Yeah, that one day you said you wanted to do it, and yeah, I send them out. Got a little group, and I said I will put it in the comments occasionally, but I just send them out now. It's easier. But I did see your live stream. Good job
Oh,
when
thank
you
you.
interviewed Tony Badger. That was good. I saw most of it. I had towards the end I had to go actually do something, but which is very rare with me
Oh, by
being
by the
retired.
way, tomorrow we're gonna have another live stream. I'm gonna be interviewing a Filipino teacher. So if you guys interested, or if the young Westerners who are interested in teaching in Thailand, you can join.
Yeah, sure. In fact, I had somebody asking me the other day, which I know I had heard you before talking about that. If you have a bachelor's degree, you can teach your country's language, English, but not in the schools. Only like to China or online, right? And if you teach the schools, you have to have a different degree, right?
It depends on which company you're working with in terms of teaching online, because online companies are now they want you to have at least bachelor's degree to teach. But if you
Right.
go teach at a Thai school, then you're gonna have for sure. But online, I think they have it as well.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. But yeah, that's good. And Bobby just put up time to get going. Put up your link. So if you guys, what time tomorrow? Thai time,
Same as you, 7:30 Thai time.
seven
Yeah,
thirty. Okay, guys. Yeah, if you can catch that, by all means,
Yeah,
catch it. The
I've
last one
got
was good. I
you
think. Go ahead.
bookmarked for tomorrow.
Yeah, because I think he ended up having like 12 or 14, 15 people, right?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I was
Yeah. So
happy with
that.
that.
Yeah, I was telling Jam and I was telling like Nikki and that kind of stuff that the best thing to do is to go and do a live stream. And I know that they might not want their face or whatever, but you don't have to. You can do a live stream with just your little button, shut off your
Yeah,
camera, and do it
yeah.
with my little Santa Claus. And
Mhm.
it's the best way to build up hours because you're going to get to 1,000 before you know it. And Nikki's already at 1,000, but she hasn't come close to the hours
What
yet.
time?
So it's a good idea to do the live streams.
Actually,
You'll
Nikki
get
has a
the
good
hours.
channel, like the cooking channel. I love it. I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I love Western food, so I would love to see her at least teach people how to cook and show us.
yeah. And so I've told her so to do like kind of what you did, except if she doesn't want to get shown, I was that way too. I don't like seeing myself now, but if she doesn't, because it will build up hours. You'd be surprised because I had like she's already got the 1,000, but I think she doesn't even have half the hours she needs. And I was the other way around. I had one and a half times the hours I needed before I even got to the 1,000. So
Excuse
it
me.
depends, but it'll definitely build up your hours. So you're doing it. You're doing the right thing. You're doing a good thing. And I like your channel. People will like it. You'll do well, no doubt. If you
Well,
guys
thank
aren't
you.
subscribed to Thailand Nomads, uh, or Thai nomads. Please subscribe to them. You'll enjoy it. Everybody here, I think, should be, but you never know. Some people just watch, float in and out, and just watch. They don't comment, so maybe they'll catch up on it
Yeah.
and subscribe to you. I don't even know how many subscribers do you have now. Do you know?
Mine, I think it's 363.
363. Okay, so
I mean, it was
creeping.
like 365 yesterday. I don't know why it dropped out. Got like
Mine
two
does
drops
it all
out.
the time.
Yeah, because I
Mine
think
goes
they,
up
364.
three. Yeah,
I think
mine goes up three
YouTube
and
has the
down.
filter, right? The filter, they filter out the what's it called, like the anonymous account,
I don't
like
know.
Yeah.
You probably know more than
something like
me.
that.
I know that mine will go up 10 and then down 6 and then up 3 and then down 5 and then up 15 and then down 4. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I guess people unsubscribe. I don't know. But it'll start all of a sudden going.
Hmm.
You're doing the right thing with the like you
Yeah,
do get
they
on.
seem to go up a couple and then back one, and
Hmm.
Did you
two,
you
two,
did
two steps forward, one step backward.
you did Chuck's live stream, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That helps.
Podcast. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
and
like 50 out of that. 50.
yeah. And you'll get more when people go back and review something or they look at it. It's weird. Mine went up and down, up and down. It's weird, but it'll all come to pass. But you need to get the hours. How many hours?
Mhm.
You know how many hours you have,
Right now, I think 400 hours,
and how many do you need? 4,000.
4,000. So I have a
Yeah.
lot to go.
But that's the way I was before I started doing the
Yeah.
live streams. And my first live streams were absolutely horrible. Not that these are any better, but it all of a sudden I go, wow, okay, because you've got to figure you get 12, 15 people in there for an hour. There's 15 hours right there. So
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, Patty says it depends on what you talk about. Yeah, sometimes people don't agree with you, then they just unsubscribe.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I've done that a couple of times on. I think I said some bad stuff about the Rams, and I think the next day I had like 10 people had unsubscribed. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, so people will have to
Yeah.
figure it out. If they don't want to watch, that's okay too.
Yeah, it's normal.
Now Jake's got 30 subs. Wow, see, he's on top of the world. But I'm about to have more time on my hands. Good. So I think he's talking about he's going to get to retire before
Yeah.
he had anticipated.
Yeah, Jake's got more subs than me,
Does he?
and I just put a new video out too.
Did you? I didn't get.
Well,
How come I didn't get?
it's an old video, but I just compiled it yesterday.
Oh, with the Olia, I like that too. The boat noodle.
Yes.
Have you
Boat
tried,
I'm not big
Dave?
No, I'm not big on the blood.
On the
The,
blood?
the,
Okay.
on the blood, I'm not big on. I've eaten
I
pretty
don't,
much
I don't mind.
everything that my wife. She has me try everything, and I'm pretty good about it. Unless I'm not real big on fishy. Anything that tastes fishy, I'm not big on adding a bunch
So,
of
so you're
fish
not a
sauce.
so you're not a medium rare guy then.
Oh, I'm a rare guy. I
Medium rare
like
guy.
stuff blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't bother me at all. Cutting into a nice medium rare to rare steak is bliss. But I don't know. I probably should try it. I shouldn't say that. I should try more things. Although anytime she gets something and brings it here or cooks something, or her mom does, she always wants me to try it. And 95% of the time, I do. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to want to. What happens if I don't like it? I'm hungry. I want to eat something else. Whatever makes me
Yeah,
sick.
I
So
understand.
I don't. But everything I've had here in Isan, I think I prefer the Isan spicy food to to just what I would call regular Thai food.
Mm.
The Isan food, I like the spicy. Hey John, how you doing? What does it think? I got 34. Having fun. I must have missed something. Thai nomads, do you like? What is this one? Did you see that?
You like nam khao? Nam khao. I don't know what that is, to be honest. See,
Is that a
I mean, like,
rice
I
soup?
would eat everything, but I just don't know the name. Sometimes my mom hands me like all kinds of food, but I just don't know the name. So
Num cow
basically, I eat
sounds like
everything.
a rice soup.
Rice soup.
Rice water.
Rice
Yeah, I'll
water.
eat it. I'll eat it.
We're from Scandinavia. Want to see daily life. Yeah, and um, I don't. We talk about a bunch of stuff here, Patty. More daily life would probably be like James, Chocolate Man in Thailand, uh,
And
Gift
Chuck.
and Joe, Chuck and Paige, all great channels. I do some videos. I'm probably going to do more coming up, but we do a lot of. I do live streams every 2 days, and we talk about daily life and what's it like here, and how much are, we go through rents and costs and a little bit of everything, a little bit of geriatrics because most of the crowd is 60 to 65. So, we'll talk about what operations we have coming up and, that kind of stuff. But we have a bunch of fun. So you're more than welcome to hang,
Got a
and we do
new
get to some of it.
injection.
A new injection. T, what food will you not eat? There, Tommy J. What food won't you eat? Bugs or no? My wife loves the fried
I love
bugs.
bugs.
Yeah, she loves the bugs. So do the kids. Actually, one kid likes them, the other
Let me
kid doesn't.
see. That's the difficult question because I don't know, like usually the Thai dish that has a lot of fresh vegetables in it, I won't eat. Like I usually have, you need to cook the vegetables out and I'll eat. But if you have like fresh ones, I don't really eat. So
Oh, you're that kid.
yeah, I'm that
Wait
type
a
of
minute.
kid.
Thanks, Patty. Yeah, and here John saying Thai Nomads is a good channel. It is excellent. They both do, him and his wife, Deer, T and his wife, Deer. They do a great job. He's going to do well in YouTube. And, I like to see somebody, especially like T and Deer. You're doing this to actually build a channel up and actually in the future hope to make a living off of it, correct? Is that your
Uh,
is that in
well, I mean,
somewhere in
like
your
if
plans
if it
to make
works,
extra money? Yeah.
then yeah, because I
And I don't
thought
think there's anything wrong with that. People,
yeah.
there's trolls and there's all these stuff that say that people that like even one that I sticks in my mind that has basically been here for 5 6 years just on YouTube is 20 Seconds in Thailand. Rob,
Mm.
that's his only source of whatever he gets. And if you can, I like to see Thai people doing that here in Thailand to supplement their income because it gives you guys a better. He's going to give you a better life, even if it's a small income from
Good morning,
YouTube.
Bob Mac.
But there's nothing wrong with moving in that direction. Some
But
people give a bunch of people
because I
crap
wanna
about.
quit teaching, because I usually teach at school and then teach extra classes at home. So I wanna quit teaching at home. So if I can make that here with the YouTube, then I can stop doing that. So I can focus on the YouTube and the school. That's it. Because otherwise, it's too much for me.
Yeah, and there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. All of a
Hmm.
sudden, did I my volume went way up.
Yeah,
Hey,
the
David,
T's volume changed.
is that what it was? And the program kind of started trying
The
to
reason
lower.
why the reason why I mute my mic is because sometimes I have allergies, so I need to like cough and everything.
Yeah, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Hey, how you
Thanks for
doing,
that,
David?
John John.
Glad you made it. Hey, Robert Mack, how you feeling today? Did you already say? You probably did. Ron likes Brooke as the wingman. That's cool. Good. We have fun. That's basically the thing we do here is we have fun.
We tried
Dave,
it.
would you consider the MG Electric China build also? Yeah, I'm gonna test drive that one, Gary. That's the one that they do have, I believe here. Is that the ones they do? I think that's the one they do have. That's the one I want to test drive, and it's really reasonable. It's under a million baht for their. I don't know if it's top of the line or whatever, but they have one that's under a million baht, and they're given big incentives now. Like I said, on the 150,000 baht they're giving because my wife works for the government. Part of that, 150,000 off of the click kick. And a lot of them are doing that. So I am definitely. I'm going to check it out. Questions: why are nobody in Phuket? Have you any? I was in Phuket 8 months when I came here, Patty. I came here went to Kamala, spent 8 months there, and then through a friend that I met there, him and his wife owned a coffee shop. I got introduced to my wife now, and I moved to Surin and been to Surin for 2.5 years, or a little over 2.5 years. Been married for about a year and 2 or 3 months now, and we built a house. If you look at some of the videos, but I enjoyed it. If I could make it, I would still be there. I love the ocean or any place close. Even I like being close to the ocean.
The ocean's good, but Phuket's mainly a tourist island,
Yes,
and most of us have moved away to the non-tourist areas.
yes, and
Get away from
if
the
I,
high
like I said,
prices and relaxed life.
yeah, if I probably had my choice right now, it would probably be over by by Joe, Pachuap Kurikan. There's areas along there that are nice, or even Chumpan too, is nice, quiet areas, because that's what I'm into. Actually, what's his name is in Chumpan right now. What's that guy's name? What's the guy's name that says on the
Thailand bloggers.
American living in Thailand? He's kind of a big, heavy set guy with a bald head. God, what's his name?
Really?
Andy turned me on to his channel, and I watch him.
Not aware of it.
Yeah, let me look real quick. I'll tell you. Anyway, he's there. He's walking up and down and driving around Chumpan. I was gonna say something to him. I was on his channel yesterday to try to look you up. He's got, I don't know, I want to say 20,000 subs. He's been doing it YouTube for a long time. He's American living in Bangkok. Like I said, heavyset guy. God, oh my mind.
It's okay. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, especially when you get older. Wait till you get
Yeah,
older.
there's so many channels now.
It's
Yeah,
happening with me right now. So
I will. I will
Thanks for
definitely.
popping in,
Ed,
John
Ed
McDonald.
Sweeney. Ed Sweeney. Is that
No,
his name?
no. Let me see. I know that he does
Scott.
videos
Scott
about
Mellon.
it.
Scott Mellon.
Yeah, Scott Mellon. Scott Mellon. That's the one. And he seems like a good guy. He's kind of opinionated and gets a little testy every once in a while. But I kind of like that. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're not rude to people. But yeah, he's there right now, I believe. He did a video, a live stream from there yesterday, so I'm imagining he's still close to you somewhere around. Yeah, everybody's saying, Scott Mellon, how you doing? Is it Chino? Chino, how you doing? Yeah, you got it. Everybody got it. Hey, I like the guy. The only thing that bummed me out was
Let
Mitch
me-
told me about it, and Andy told me about it, and said, and I watched him, and I go, yeah, this is pretty cool. Okay, I want to make a comment. If you're just subscribed, you have to wait 30 days to be able to make a comment. I said, you got to be kidding me. I mean, I understand the theory behind it, but you could do that with, one day or 24 hours or whatever. I don't even know how to do that. But he did it for 30 days. I waited, and then I contemplated going on and telling him where to go and shove his channel. And then I said, you know what? I better just mellow out, and I'm glad I did. He seems like a good guy. He seems all right.
Oh
But he
yeah, I
is
know this
definitely-
guy, Scott Mellon. Yeah, I know this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he's right. He's probably right down the street from you right now. He'll probably do another live stream today, I'm sure. And he was over at, I forget the name of you would know the name of the beach there that he was going to and where he's
Yeah,
staying. And I know Andy went and saw him. Andy took some pictures and put them on Facebook of him with Scott when he was in Bangkok. So I don't know. He seems like a good guy. You know what? The only reason I'm thinking T is if you run into him, you could probably pick up some subscribers from him. He doesn't seem like he has that many people on or anything, and doesn't try. I never see him promoting anybody. Some people are that way. I don't know. I know that Ricky Drama dropped in on him, and that's all over the internet. And I don't know what I'd do if I was doing a live stream and he gave it to me. That would be marginal. Scott did a good job. He just kind of kept cool answered his questions. I don't think I would have answered anything. I think I would have just politely asked him to go away. But that's just me. Anyway, I'll get off that. Let's see. E.T. Freely, I stayed there for 10 days in December, went to 4 different beaches. Great fruit. Okay, where? Who did E.T.? Where did... now I got to go back and see what E.T. said. Nice area, dip medium, sit by the beach. Can anybody help me out?
Rawai, I think he meant Rawai in Phuket.
Rawai. Ah, yeah, very nice. I stayed in a 4-star right on the tip down there, the very, very tip of Phuket, and had its own private beach, and I was in a bungalow. The prices were just right, you know. That was my whole thing. Every month I made 2, you could call them vacations. I was retired. I had money set aside to make 2 3 to 4 day trips to 2 different places in Thailand. I went to 7, 8, 10 places in Phuket. Then I went to Koh Lak. I went to a bunch of places because I had enough money to be able to. It was so reasonable. I could stay 4 days and have breakfast included and all this kind of stuff for, 200, 300 American U.S. dollars. So if I put $500 or $600 aside for my so-called vacation from retirement, it was awesome. Now I've cut that out because every dime I have goes into this frickin' house, but hopefully I'll be done with it soon. I'm hoping that, and I told you guys at the beginning, the Thai kitchen looks awesome. He didn't hang I'm hoping he's going to show today. The only thing left to do is hang one of the cabinets, and I'm going to do a video. So I'm going to shoot the video whether he hangs it or not. I'll point the cabinet, point to you where it's going to go, and it looks great. And like I said, I got to redo it, but I think it's still between 25 and 3,000 U.S. dollars total to do that whole thing, with the sliders, the windows, the fans, 2 fans, all that tile, the countertop, the sink, the plumbing, everything. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
See you, Ron John. We'll catch you later.
Is he leaving?
Yeah.
Take it easy. There's Andy. Yeah, there has been for a long time. In case anybody's asking, because the next question is probably going to be, how expensive is it to live? It's probably one of the most expensive places in Thailand. Is it way cheaper right now? Sure, just like the rest of the country. But like Andy said, there's great deals down there. There's deals all over Thailand to be had.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Now, you stayed in the same hotel, T, that they're in right now, the one with the lazy river, when you were in
It's
Koh Lak?
the different one. It's La Flora. It's next to it, about like 500 meters away from where Chuck's is staying right now. So it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, they're going out. I think they got a package, right? 2 days with diving and all sorts of stuff. They had some kind of a package.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grinch. Appreciate it. It does. It turned out really well. I'm happy. My wife's happy. The family's happy. Did she already go to work? Yeah, she did. She didn't pop in. Maybe she doesn't like me anymore. But
if the wife's happy and the kids are happy, Dave, you got to be happy.
I am, and like I said, all this other stuff, we're still trying to get. I've got all this stuff sitting behind me, and now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the school until we get back from Koh Chang, because I gave the truck to the guy and it needed more work than I guess we had anticipated, and we're leaving in 3 days. So I'm still going to try. If not, I guess I'll have to give it to him when I get back. I hate to have it just sitting here when they can be using it, but so I've got to get the truck back. I had him rotate the tires. I put brand new tires on it. Change the oil. Do everything to the car. I put a new battery in it. That was. I had him get a good one. I figured, why buy a piece of crud? So he's doing all that stuff. So needless to say, I'm hoping I get the truck back today. And if I do, I still might try to get the stuff to the kids, because I know that they would be having a ball with it right now. The badminton and the volleyball and the soccer, and they'd have a good time. I don't know, the kids like in Thailand, they like ping pong. I know my daughters do. They like it. I'm thinking about getting them a ping pong table. I can get them a ping pong table on wheels that they could roll in and out and under cover. because it's got to be kind of a pain in the ass if they're in school and it's raining like heck. What do you do? The badminton nets that I bought two of them are portable, so they break down and go into a bag, so they can put them. They've got an area at the school that's got a giant cover on it, so they can actually move, and it's tall, to where you could hit the badminton straight up and you'd never come close to the ceiling. So they can still play the badminton when it's raining, and it's got to be boring for them if they're. I mean, I don't know what they would do. They just sit there and twiddle their thumbs, we say in the United States. But I'm hoping to do that. I think they're going to enjoy it. But I'm thinking about the ping pong table, and then like I showed you before, and Brock had mentioned about the steel. They've got that steel freaking equipment out there that it looks like it's some kind of torture devices that they would force children to go down and try not to get cut, because it's all rusted and ate through. So I want to either have it repaired or replaced. I want to go with I don't know how long the plastic stuff will last in the sun. That's maybe the reason they use the steel, but they still make the steel. And I guess if all the welds are correct and everything is done top notch, I guess it's semi safe. Yeah, but I want to get going on that because I do have some money still for that school set aside. So I want to do that. I
The
got to
only
get
thing
it
with
done.
the steel slides is the heat in the sun.
Yeah. I don't know how
I'm
they
not
they
sure if
probably
it's
don't go
like
down with it. I made the
that's
mistake of ordering swings from Hong Kong. They still haven't gotten here, and I'm feeling like telling them. And on Lasada anyway, every swing that you see there, and I'm just buying the swing with the ropes and everything. They already have all the. I checked them all. All the welds are good. They're not rusted. They're just need to be repainted. All of them are from the same people in Hong Kong. And I never ordered anything from Lasada that said, we have our own shipping. And boy, don't do that because I still haven't gotten it. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe a month. So I'm going to write them today and say, you know what, I could probably buy them just outright from someplace, but I don't know where to. Maybe the same place that I noticed that my wife pointed out there's a place right here in Surin we drove by, Brock, that makes the metal,
yeah.
ones. They just opened up in a big warehouse that has been vacant. So maybe I'll go over there. Maybe they have the swings and I can buy them directly from them. And maybe I can have them come out and say, can these be repaired to where they're not going to be, hurt the children, and see what they say. But I want to get going on that because we
I
still got
would
to
say
go.
it'd be cheaper and easier just to say, here, have a look at this. How much to make new ones?
Right. And they have them all there. They're pretty much the same.
If they
And
haven't got
they
it, they'll
aren't,
make it.
yeah, they're not really that expensive. I will do that and get them because that's probably the last thing. Well, not the last thing. One of the last things I'm going to do at that school. And what I'm going to do is every year donate to their teacher fund. I don't know if you know about this, T, but what they told me was when you have under a certain amount of kids, the government does not give you the money that you need actually to run the school. So what they said was they're short on teachers. So what they do is they take donations for the teachers and then they hire teachers when they get enough money to pay them for the whole year, and then they bring those teachers in to help. So that's what I'm going to donate to, because they hire, the government gives them enough to where they're like two teachers short of what they really need to run the school because they only have 105 students or
Is it
100.
a government school?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And so we got them the one video I did on them, the youngest ones, the fifth graders or
Hmm.
whatever, the youngest ones, they're laying on the floors. They didn't have tables or chairs doing their homework, laying on their bellies or doing their schoolwork. All the other kids have desks or tables or something to sit at. So we went out and bought them tables and chairs and brought them there. We still have two tables that they needed two more, but the kids were ecstatic to get it. Actually, they were more excited over the 150 donuts that we bought than they were over the desks. So they liked the sweets. But so we did that. And so I got the two tables here. Like I said, the 4 volleyballs, 4 soccer balls, the 2 badminton nets, the volleyball nets, bunch of stuff, badminton supplies, and we're going to bring those over there. And then I have my wife's in charge of all this. She get whatever money's made, she gets to disperse it. So she's happy. She's got a smile from ear to ear because she gets to give
That's
back
good. That's
to
awesome.
Thailand.
Good to
Yeah.
see.
I tell you what, from the very beginning, after I got out of the hospital, I don't know if I told you this story.
Yeah.
I had the ones that saved my life was my wife, of course, and then my doctor, my heart doctor, and my respiratory doctor. And the respiratory doctor, he told me when I got out, he goes, you need to give back to Thailand. He goes, Thailand saved your life and did that. You need to give back. And I thought that was kind of weird. I'm going, this guy's a little pushy. And then when I saw him one day, every day that he came to the hospital, everybody would chase his car down and he'd lift the trunk up full of bags of rice and canned goods. Every day he would come and give to people. And I'm going, he just wants everybody to help. Great guy, don't get me wrong. For a second I thought, God, that's kind of weird. But it's true. I mean, I'd be dead if it wasn't for them and for my wife. Not a doubt in my mind. I'd be dead, gone. But he's a great guy. And I still see him when I go to the hospital. He'll be walking around. And I don't know what it is about Thai people, but they can see a foreigner one time, and 10 years later, oh, I remember you. I saw you in, they remember. I don't know how, because I forget. Maybe because I don't concentrate or whatever, I look. But it's amazing. The people are truly amazing. I think that's what makes me love Thailand so much is the culture and the people, all the people. They got, like I said, the grandma that doesn't have anything that's sitting on the side of the road at 8 o'clock at night chopping down grass to feed to her cow or sell for 20 baht, still has a smile on her face.
Yeah.
Just happy I'm still alive. I'm eating occasionally and I'm happy, And that was the one I gave like 300 baht and said, take off a week, or whatever. And I know that she didn't. She went right back to whatever she needed to do the next night, But it makes me feel good to be able to see my wife. Like I said, it's not totally, that I don't get anything out of it or whatever. That smile on my wife's face and my in-laws, they went with us last time to the school, is worth $1 million.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Zenderman's got a good idea, Dave.
What did he say?
He said, buy a BART bus so they can go on an excursion.
Think that would be good?
Yeah, so
I could ask them.
See if there's a day trip they want to do.
I could do that. That is a good idea.
Transport and entry.
That's a good idea. Yeah, maybe they do. Well, they might want to go for a day trip to that. It couldn't be all of them, but maybe if the teachers would go, I don't know how much it would cost. I'd have to find out. That one that I did that video on with the houseboats that are sitting on the bank of the lake and they have the slides and the banana boat they pull around. They'd probably have an absolute ball there swimming.
Yeah, that's probably getting a little dangerous, but
well, if they have the teachers there, they have life jackets for everybody on each one of those boats. So but to try to keep track of 100 kids might be a little bit hard. But yeah, I will ask.
A baht bus. What is that? It's like baht, like Thai currency, or
yeah, that's
I think
that's Song Tao.
oh, Song Tao. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it depends because they have right around 100 kids at that particular school in Surin. But it's a good idea. I'll ask them if they have day trips. Maybe it could be, out of the 6 or 7 classes that they have there, of 20 kids or whatever it is, they can it could be different trips, even if it's to the same place. They could it could be different days so they don't overload it. Very good idea, Xander. Hey, Andy. Thank you. You're the man.
But then it can be dangerous too because when they get too excited, they're gonna hang at the back of the truck and they're gonna dance at the back. You know.
Dance.
So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'll tell you what. Because what we did was, my wife's Thai friend makes these donuts on a stick. It's like a piece of cake on a stick, and we bought 150 of them for the students and the teachers and everybody, not just the fifth grade class or whatever it was. And boy, when they seen the tables, they were excited, and when they picked their own chairs and they were excited. But it was funny because everybody laughed when they went ooh when they opened up the boxes of donuts. They just they really enjoyed that. So, but that's an excellent idea. I will definitely check into that and see, because it doesn't have to be, because if they put extra teachers just to make sure everything's safe, and they're only taking, what would it be? They have 5 classes of 20
Group
kids.
of 20 kids would be good. That's manageable.
Yeah, 20 kids and 2 or 3 teachers. Because I know the 20 kids that are in the class that we got the table, I think there was 3 teachers in there for them. 3 of them. Oh, my mother-in-law's getting koi food. You feed koi? Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, it was Andy. Thank you very much. My wife will be excited. She gets excited when she gets to go out and give. Because it's typical. My wife wasn't rich by any means. I've told the story before. I mean, she took care of her mother and father and the kids and private school in Bangkok, and paid mom and dad's electric and food and everything else, the kids' food and the private school or apartment in Bangkok, so that my mother-in-law could take the train every weekend to spend, so the kids didn't have to spend every weekend in the private school. They could come out. We still have that apartment and everything, and she did it on a government salary, which is nothing. People, nothing. My wife ate rice. That was it. Everything went to them. The Thai, at least my understanding is, and T could probably say it, is the women in a Thai family are responsible for the parents and the grandparents and making money, right? At least that's the way my wife explained it. That she told me, and you could say if it's wrong. She's saying the men's aren't. They're not made to. Hey, you need to give money. The women are expected to give money to mom and dad and take care of them. But if I'm wrong, by all means,
I think it depends on the family.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
for me, I cover everything in my family. My dear, my mom, my dad, everything. I'm the one who pays.
yeah. And do
So
you have sisters or no?
no, I'm the only child.
Yeah, that might be a difference there too.
So
And I'm sure it is different for everyone. In my particular case with my wife, she's the only kid. So she's like you. She takes care
yeah,
of
yeah.
everybody. But it's just amazing because, well, more than anybody. I mean, it takes a little bit of money to do that. You have to go out and make the money to make sure everybody eats, make sure the electricity stays on and the water stays on, and it's not an easy deal. I guess what I'm saying is I put my wife on a pedestal way up here. She's my hero. I mean, because she would. If I don't have to eat for 3 days, then I don't eat for 3 days. But my kids and my mom and dad will eat. I mean, that's what if you're, well, you've been in the United States, but maybe you haven't seen it as much. We just discern, and I say we because I'm part of the U.S. I'm not anymore. I consider myself from Thailand now, but we basically kick our elderly to the curb and just go stay in a home, and we'll come see you once a month, and we'll pay the bills, of course, but they don't treat like the Thai people, and probably most of the Asian countries, right? They have the same type stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
that when I was in Costa Rica, it was the same way. The Costa Ricans believe taking care of their, of the elderly, their parents, their grandparents first, and I really do. I think it's awesome. I think it's one of the things that I like the best about Thailand
Yeah,
culture
because
is,
sometimes I get asked like, T, do you live with your parents? Sometimes I don't know how to answer. Should I say yes or should I say no? Should I be embarrassed or should I not?
no, I don't think
But
so.
I just like I just answer them. Okay, I'm staying with my parents. I'm responsible for them.
Right.
So
Well, it's really weird. I've
Yeah.
said I've told this
responsibility.
story before, but when I moved to Surin, we had met, me and Nitnoy. We had talked online for maybe about 2 or 3 months, and we'd seen each other two or three times. And she said, "Do you want to?" I said, "I'd like to move in. I'd like to live with you." And she said, "Yeah, okay." So she looked for a house in Surin, and I paid for it and paid to get it painted, paid for all the furniture because it wasn't furnished. Nice house, newer style. What do you say, Farang style house, and everything. Moved there, and maybe a year and a half into living with her, after I was already in the hospital and out and everything, I was just talking to her one day, and I said, she goes, I've never lived outside of my mom and dad's house till I moved in with you. She's 40 years old, right? And I go, what do you mean? You've been married, you got 2 kids, what do you mean? She said, when I got married, my husband came and lived with me, and we stayed with my mom, and I had the children here. And then we got divorced, and he left. She said, this is the first time I've ever been away, and now they're back. And people that give me crap about that, they can all go sit on sticks somewhere. But I love having my Thai family here. My mother-in-law and father-in-law, I think, love me more than my wife. So they, take care
Yeah.
of me, feed me. It's unbelievable. So the people that say, "Oh, you did this," and they're going to take it, they can all go to
Yeah.
hell. I don't care about it. But I do. I'm glad. I'm happy to have them here. Although I did lose my big room that I was supposed to have for my YouTube and
Your
weights
media
and
room.
lifting, and
The
I
media
lost
room.
the bedroom
The man
to my
cave.
yeah. Now it's my mother and father-in-law's man cave, so which is not a problem. I got no problem with that. Like I say, I'm lucky, man. I'm always, I should say always, 99% happy. I'm not a complete Thai yet. I haven't reached the 100% mark. But my wife is, very rarely will she be have a frown on her face, and she works every day. I mean, it's just amazing. And the kids are real excited now, and the cousin is here, and we're all 7 going to Koh Chang for a week, which they never get to do. So they're happy as heck. The kids have already been there once to the same hotel, to the Serenity. So that's the one. And if you've watched my videos, T, where the drone
The
is
drone.
flying
Yeah.
over those buildings with the pool on the
Hmm.
top and the coming in from the water, and the uh, intro
How
video of
long you
mine.
gonna be in Koh Chang?
7 days,
Oh,
7 days,
nice, nice,
from the
nice.
2nd to the 9th. We'll get back right before whatever's going to happen with Sokran. We'll be back right before that, and then she'll go to work for 2 days, and then she gets 3 days off because she works for the government. She'll get Sokran off. I imagine you have Sokran off too. The school's closed, too. You have the 13th, 14th, 15th off. Can you? Do you? T?
Again, please. It's.
Do you have?
I
Do you
think I
have
can hear
the?
you.
Do you have the Sokran off? 13th, 14th, 15th, 3 days? Or no? You have to work.
Well, I'm kind of like different because I'm not a government worker, you know. So
Oh, okay.
so I can take, you know,
Whatever you
whatever
want.
days, like, yeah. So but I just don't get paid. So if I take a day off, then I don't get paid on the that particular day. So.
I see. Yeah, she gets paid, I believe. They give her it off paid. She's got a good
Mm.
job, from what I understand. She's been there 20 years, and her dad worked there for 30 years before for TOT. So, that's how she got in, was because of her dad, because I guess it's kind of hard to get those government jobs also. So he got her in. But I know I saw back here, Patty said U.S. is not the happy place. No, not anymore, man. Like I said, I still bleed red, white, and blue. I probably always will. But when the people laugh at me here in Surin, even when they go, well, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Surin. And they laugh. No, where are you originally
Yeah.
from? I
Oh,
said the United States. But they get a kick out of me saying Surin. So
Yeah, I said that to a policeman when we stopped one day, got stopped on the side of the road, and he said, "Where you come from?" I said, "Down the road,
but
Tamlan Sadua."
Ratchaburi.
He said, "What? What? And the wife hit me and said, "No, what country?" "Oh, sorry, Australia."
Mm, mm.
Makes
uh,
them puzzled.
Let's see. Did I miss anything? Well, we've been on.
Probably.
Oh wow, we've been on almost an hour and a half. I know Dana's coming up here. I think at 9, right? Brock, you can check that for me if you would.
Yeah,
What's
nine.
that? Sorry, Dana.
9. Yeah. When my wife's condition worsened, my 5 kids got together and decided
Oh
that we,
yeah.
wife, were going to move into town with one of my son. My kids made the decision. Yeah, I think there are exceptions to the rules in the United States. There are, like, I have a lot of Italian family on the East Coast, and the East Coast families are even different than the West Coast families. I mean, they take care of stuff like somebody gets sick in that family, and the cousins and the uncles and the aunts and everybody gets together. Okay, well, we'll go over and watch from this time during the day, and that we'll spend the night, and we'll do this, and they all take care of it. Doesn't happen on the West Coast, very rarely, but there are exceptions, traveler. Don't get me wrong, but it's just what I see in Thailand is that 95% of the people are all on the same page. They take care of their elderly, which is awesome. And I'm old, so my wife said she'll take care of me. She wants me to live to be 100. I said, you might be changing diapers and stuff. She said, I don't care. I'll change diapers. Don't matter to me. And I believe her. I mean, the woman is amazing. Is amazing. I didn't find out.
How
You
old are
didn't.
your what's it called? The in-laws.
How old or what? My in-laws. My
Yeah.
father-in-law's 75, and my mother-in-law's my age, 65. So, yeah, and he's been retired. All he does is make nets and throws nets every morning and every night. And he's so excited about going to Koh Chang and throwing the nets out anywhere. He don't care. He's made 2 or 3 new ones to take with him on the trip. He's amazing. They want to talk to me, T, so bad. I need to learn Thai. They want all of them. The kids, they all want to talk to me, and I need to learn. I've been here 3 years. I have no excuse. I should have learned by now. I didn't find out we were moving until the day before they packed us up and moved us to town. Did good with these kids. Yeah, you did. Most definitely. I'm looking forward to meeting you too because I probably will come back there. Hopefully, you'll already be here, which would be ideal. But I will definitely come and make a trip. We'll definitely meet up, and maybe we'll get Bobby if he's still there, and go and have a coffee somewhere. Um, I see beam me up, Scotty. uh, let's see. Nobody in? Oh well, I guess. God, there's still 25 people, but you know what? I liked a lot of people here watch Dana, so I'm going to end the live stream. I think it's been an hour and 29 minutes. If you guys go over there, tell them I said hello. I'm going to try to go over there too. I'm going to check and make sure that they're still working on the Thai kitchen so it gets finished today. T, if you're not subscribed to Thai Nomads, please do. Great channel. He's going to do extremely well. His wife is awesome too. You guys mesh together. You do well. You'll do well on YouTube. You're personable. You're likable. You're a good guy, which makes a big difference. And I've met T. In case anybody doesn't know that, when we went on the bike ride, I had the pleasure of meeting him, and I really liked your student. I hope he's doing well. He was a really, really good guy.
Oh, he's planning to buy the new bike though.
He's what?
He's planning to buy a new bike, bigger
Oh,
bike.
is he? He's
Yeah.
getting away from the 100 cc's.
I think
What's
he's
he gonna
gonna
buy?
get the what's it called? The Kawasaki 300, the
Oh,
small
good.
version of, yeah.
Right.
Version.
Cool. Very cool. Tell him I said hello if you talk to him. I really liked. He's a good guy. All right, everybody. Thanks for. Let's see. Time. Did you see?
Yeah. Don't forget
Tommy.
to sign in for T's live stream tomorrow too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's 7:30 Thai time. Right. I didn't see what Tommy said. What did Tommy say? Let me look real quick before I sign out. Bobby's saying Tommy said something. Do you know what he said? Brock or no? Tommy. Dave.
Tommy.
Your friend's going live soon. Yeah, I know he is. All right, guys. Thanks again, T. Thanks for joining, Brock, as always, man. And
No worries.
everybody that's in the chat. Thanks for all the support. You guys are awesome. If you're not subscribed, people say I don't say this enough. Please subscribe, and I will check you all later. Have a good one.
See you.